Welcome to Love Byte.
In July 2023, I moved back to my partner's hometown. My partner, who had recently tried to kill herself and was mentally unstable, pushed me into an open relationship, and I said yes because I didn't want her to leave, but I also wanted her to be happy after coming so close to losing her to her misery. I told her I was willing to give it a shot. I had suspicions that there was a specific person she was doing this for, and so I told her she couldn't sleep with him, and she immediately became defensive and told me it was an unethical boundary to set, and I was convinced to give my blessing. After I learned she slept with him, I was overcome with jealousy and grief and told her I didn't want to do this anymore. I hadn't acted on my end of the bargain because I didn't want anyone but her. She told me that it was wrong of me to try and close the relationship because, to paraphrase, she said she wasn't an object that could be snatched back at my convenience. Once again, I was persuaded to allow this to continue. Months went by, and she allowed me to cry myself to sleep at night alone while she went gallivanting around town with this other person many times and continued even though she knew it was making me miserable. In her defense, I coped the whole time by saying things like, maybe I'll get used to it, and she would always point out that I wasn't even trying to get with other people. Eventually, I had enough and dumped her. I gave her many opportunities to end things and cut the other party out of her life, and she just couldn't find the strength to do it even when she said she wanted to. I couldn't keep living in pain, so I ended things. She continued living with me for months because she had nowhere else to go, and I didn't want her and our dog, that was more hers than mine, sleeping on the street. Eventually she moved out, and shortly after, the man she was doing this with made a fool of her. She began begging for me to take her back, saying she was so stupid, that she thought this whole thing was another psychotic break, and that she regretted hurting me so badly. I said no. The reality of it all became too much for her, and close to Valentine's Day, she tried to take her life again and nearly succeeded. She was saved by the man who could tell from her posts that she was in a bad place and went to go check on her. Since then, she's cut that man out of her life, and we talk regularly and still act very lovingly. I still love her and have loved her through all of this, even though she caused me so much pain. A part of me blames myself because our relationship wasn't perfect, and even though I thought I was giving it my all, I have my flaws, and maybe if I'd met her emotional needs better, this wouldn't have happened. A part of me desperately wants to try to make it work. I don't know how much I should blame her for what happened. I keep thinking that if I had put my foot down at the very start and trusted my instincts, then this could have all been avoided, and it never would have come to this. I was weak, and I allowed myself and my feelings to be disrespected. I told her that I was beginning to heal and was opening up to the idea of couples therapy. My question is, am I an idiot? Is there any hope for us? She didn't lie to me and told me about every single thing that happened when it happened, so I'm reluctant to call it cheating, and she said she realizes now that she did it all out of ego and validation and says she's never regretted anything more than this. I want to forgive her and move on so badly. I'm so miserable, and every day without her grows a little darker. Sometimes I still get angry when something triggers the bad memories of what happened, but at the end of every downward spiral, the only thought that remains is, I wish she was here right now. I miss her every day and long for her embrace again. I'm so confused and have no idea what to do. Has anyone ever been in a situation like this? Is reconciliation possible? Am I a fool? What should I do?